The yellow and orange Seat, Felix Porchero alongside him, the white BMW. Red lights are on, it's a standing start. As soon as they go off, they will go, the revs rise, everybody holding the clutches at biting point. Watch for the BMWs on the left-hand side. Very quick change, good launch from Porchero and Prio. Excellent start from Jörg Müller, really stunning getaway from the German. It's going to be BMWs 1, 2 and 3 perhaps into the first corner. On the right-hand side, Tarquini, on the left, Coronel coming down inside him. That's Ivan Müller making a great start as well. And Tarquini holds second. It's Porchero, Tarquini, Coronel in fourth behind Prio, ahead of Jörg Müller. Farfus bumped out on the outside. Oh, and a big slide for car number 7, Rob Huff. And 2 Chevrolets off already, Huff and Larini. Menu makes it through. Huff's car is half knackered. That's the end of his race. Tarquini, Porchero, Prio at the first couple of corners. Looking back from Prio, that's Coronel. You saw there that Farfus had already made up a place on Stefano D'Aste. So Farfus is 8th, having started a little higher up and being eased out of the way. But Farfus is really going to make hay in this first lap, David. Catch right up into this lead group. He's absolutely got to. And Porchero has been blown away by Tarquini.
That was what we didn't expect, because we expected the BMW to beat the Tarquini into the first corner. It hasn't happened. Ivan Müller straight through there.
Past Jörg, his namesake. He's past Jörg Müller. So the Seats must have a fresh set of tyres for the race and are going all out to use them in the opening lap. There's Rydell trying to go by Jörg as well. Jörg shuts the door. Farfus is right behind him. That's Jordi Genet next up. Genet had a 30-second penalty according to the timesheets as well. That should have applied to Rickard Rydell, but doesn't seem to have made any difference to his position. But he wasn't 30 seconds behind anybody, so I'm not sure what's been going on. Tarquini leads Porchero and Prio. Now then, Jörg Müller pulls out to try and challenge Ivan Müller, but Rickard Rydell also finding the door shut, and I think it was more defence than attack, that move, David.
Very much so. I think that was Jörg Müller very much trying to keep the Seat behind, and that's why he dived to the inside. But as they're now stringing themselves out, not into single line, because you can see them at the back there pulling out, trying still to overtake. But in that first lap, Tarquini was quickest. He was up front, but a grade he should have been before the time he got round there to the first place. And you can see them there. There's just nose to tail still from start to finish.
Rob Huff crawling back in, left rear wheel ripped off the car. Suspension has been destroyed, and that's the end of his weekend. What a shocker. Here he is in the pit lane. Those pics of him coming round just off tape. There's his dad in the background, and they won't be at all happy bunnies. That's really the end of it. There's no point in even trying to fix it now. Get it sorted for Mexico. And, well, in Mexico, 2,000 metres above sea level rather than 1,000 metres above sea level here. How much power are the Seats going to have to play with? They can pull out and pass the BMWs here. Tarquini has escaped to about a second or so, David, but not any further now. Then they are queuing up behind Rydell, trying to find a way by.
And you remember in the first race how difficult they found it was to get past Rydell. They didn't do it. They got stuck there for the rest of the race. And you know, when you've got the 2 works BMWs with Jörg Müller and Gustav Farfus stuck behind, it's going to be very difficult to get past Rickard Rydell. He's been around in touring cars a long time. He knows exactly what to do: A, to drive fast, and B, to drive defensively in order to keep the people back. Because what they need to do is have this guy up front here, Gabriele Tarquini, win the race for Seat.
Rydell dive bombs down the inside of Tom Coronel. Now Coronel in not an independent but a full World Touring Car Championship contending car this year. He's racing for the Sunred team, but if he could have stayed in front of Rickard, I'm absolutely certain he would.
That went past Tom. That's Rydell.
Right. Okay, so Rydell's behind him.
Behind
so Ivan's
Tom.
There.
Yep.
So Rickard is now chasing up behind him, of course. And the difference, of course, is that Coronel does not have a diesel engine. He's got the TFSI petrol-powered engine.
And the thing is, you know, Ivan Müller went past so easily past Tom Coronel. He obviously got the call on the radio to say let Ivan past. He needs to catch the BMWs. That's happened. Not so easy with the next one, because if Rydell comes past, believe me, those two white BMWs following him will go through as well. That's not what anybody wants. They would see it once, certainly what Tom Cornell wants. He'll want to stay in front of those BMWs, and that means staying in front of Rickard Rydell as well.
Did you see Rickard flashing the headlights as they came onto the straight behind Coronel? He wants to go by. Coronel knows, just like the BMWs, that the turbo diesels have got a big power advantage on the straight.
And
Coronel drops back in front. But this is, Coronel doesn't have the speed to deal with the diesels. He's got to let them by rather than hold up Seat teammates. But now his job is to try and hold off Jörg Müller with Farfus and a petrol-powered Seat in exactly the same position alongside the BMW. Can't hold off Jörg and won't be able to hold off Augusto Farfus in the way that the turbo diesel could. One of the things that surprised me off the line, David, was how quickly the turbo diesel Seats got started and how little ground they lost compared to a normal petrol front-wheel drive car. Possibly that extra 35 kilos of weight in the engine over the front wheels is helping them at the standing start as much as more than a normal front-wheel drive petrol version of the car would have.
We've certainly seen Tarquini get off the line very quickly. Started on the second row and he got himself out and into the lead ahead of the BMW that was ahead of him, with Portero, who's currently lying in second place. Keeping behind him, right behind him, is Andy Prio. So that was a big surprise for the BMW not to be out in front. But this is the battle now. Tom Cornell behind is the BMW. Look at the BMW catching the Seat petrol engine car.
Done deal, isn't it?
What happened in the first race? Came onto that straight, the diesel just pulled away from him. There's nothing you can do. Now, I'm pretty sure that Farfus will be past. There he goes, nicely round the outside. Tom knows that he can't do anything about it. He's just going to have to follow him round, because that's the best he can do with the car he's got.
Coronel's in between a rock and a hard place as well, because he's desperately trying to stay in front of anybody who's scoring World Championship points, and especially BMWs. Next guy up behind him in a turbo diesel is another Seat. It's Jordi Genet, and that was a good move by Jörg. Caught Rickard by surprise and me, as I was busy witching about Coronel, who is clearly soon going to be passed by Jordi Genet. I mean, the fastest cars are other Seats. He can't hold them back, even if he wants to. Now, Rydell trying to hang on to the back of Jörg Müller there, and on the straight, if Jörg is not far away enough, he's going to have to be really careful into the first corner. Farfus went by as well. That suggests to me that Rickard might have a bit of a problem, because Coronel's caught him and so is Genet. Rickard's got a problem, David, surely.
I think he's not got the best handling car. Probably didn't have the best tyres available to him for the second race, because he probably used them all to get the result he wanted in the first race, and he's now starting to struggle with the car. And as you said, the two BMWs got past him a lot easier than we expected, and certainly they couldn't do it in the first race, certainly have done it in this race. So little bit of a problem for Rydell.
Let's have a look again here. This is Farfus going by Rydell, dives down the inside, and now as he starts his sixth lap, Rydell has got Tom Coronel all over him. That's Farfus's bumper cam view. Tiniest little touch as he found his way down the inside, but it wasn't that pushed Rydell offline. And Rickard, of course, first time here in the Seat, in the turbo diesel, and so maybe he has just used more of his four sets of tyres in practice, in free testing, and he's got a little less left for the race than he would like. But Tarquini up front seems to be absolutely perfectly positioned now. Race leader Gabriele Tarquini, round 2 of the World Touring Car Championship here at Curitiba in Brazil. Felix Portiero just under half a second behind him, as he has been almost all race. Andy Prio in third, Ivan Müller in fourth for Seat. Ooh, and big slide there from Gabriele Tarquini, the rear end of the car steering round. Of course, he doesn't care really what happens to the rear tyres. It's keeping the fronts alive that's the main thing. He may well have chosen a setup that makes the car a little tail happy, a little oversteery, so that the back end slides, that allows him to keep the front wheels a little straighter perhaps as he's applying power from the apex towards the exit of the corner. But whatever he's done, David, he's done a great job at the start, and he really does look like the guy who's going to win this race, because Ivan Müller behind is in danger of dropping out of fourth rather than moving up into third, I think.
Yes, they've now, the two works BMWs caught Ivan Müller, but again, you know, we've seen how difficult it was to get past him in the first race. They really are working. They could be beside him already as they have that run down to the next corner. We just came away from the track as we've seen You're getting down, we thought, beside him. No, not quite. Van Muller there, still ahead of Jörg Muller. And it'll be very difficult getting past Ivan. We said that of Ricard. They got past Ricard much easier than we thought. I'm not sure that they're going to do quite the same thing with Ivan, unless he makes a mistake. He did say in the briefing afterwards that he had to really concentrate, make no mistakes at all, absolutely be inch perfect all the time.
Now Prio having a look there for second place at Felix Porchero. The men on the pit wall we were looking at a minute or so ago, that's the Roal team. That's Roberto Ravaglia and Umberto Grano's BMW Italia Spain outfit, and of course with the Spanish colours, their driver in second place, Felix Porchero, has got Prio climbing all over him, and there will doubtless be a little wander down the pit wall in a moment from somebody from RBM saying, look, if he can't attack the leader, let Andy past. It's not team orders, you don't have to, but you might think about it, because at the moment Porchero is holding Prio up, and you sense maybe that Prio, fastest lap in race one by nearly 3/10 quicker than any of the Seats, and nearly a tenth quicker than either of his BMW rivals. You sense that Prio might have a car to win this second race, and from 12th position in qualifying yesterday with his spirits in his boots, that wouldn't be a bad result at all.
That would be terrific. I mean, he's had a fifth already, he's lying third now. That's a good points haul from the first race, considering he qualified 12th and really felt that, you know, this weekend was going to be a bit of a disaster area. He's turned it around overnight on Saturday night.